that what happened? You guys, I literally just stuck my finger in glitter. I'm like, why am I getting glitter all over myself? I'm seriously the worst YouTuber ever. Oh my God. Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today we are going to be doing, I know I'm a little late to the party, an application and review of the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1 palette. I'm sure you have all seen what it looks like already and watched numerous tutorials, but hopefully you'll stick around to watch mine. So if you do like this video, please go ahead and click that thumbs up button. And if you are not subscribed, then I hope you will consider subscribing before you go. And of course, turn on that bell notification so you don't miss any of my videos. All right, guys, let's get into this. Let's just do a quick review or overview of the palette before I jump into the tutorial. This is what it looks like. On the inside, you're getting 24 shades in here, and the way Tati did this is definitely different than any other palette I've seen. She doesn't name the individual shadows, she names the color stories going vertically. You've got Memory, Ritual, Story, Soothe, Aura, and Poet, and then going across, you've got your glitter formula, your metallic formulas, your sequin formulas, as well as your matte formulas. So if you were to break it down at $48, you're paying $2 per eyeshadow. It is a very heavy palette. The quality of the packaging is definitely there. It feels much more luxe than a lot of like your typical flip palettes, and I've seen people say that, and I didn't really fully understand what that meant until I could hold it and have it in my hands and just see for myself. So this is how the look turned out. I'm gonna go ahead and get into that tutorial with you guys right now. I have seen so many reviews and demonstrations, applications, and everything is pretty dramatic that I've seen. Lots of use of the glitter, which is so gorgeous, but I know Tati designed this to be like an everyday wearable palette, so I figured let's just do an everyday wearable look. So I have primed my eyes. I used the Urban Decay Primer Potion in Eden, and I did set that with the Becca, like the Hydra Mist Loose Powder. I really like it. I got that in BoxyCharm. But I'm gonna go ahead and I'm going to start off in the transition with this shade right here. I think I'm gonna live right in this area in the center. But this shade is Soothe and Matte. This is the Morphe M433, just a mid-size blending brush. I'm gonna go right into the transition area. I'm just going all the way across, and then I'm going to smooth that out with Aura in the matte formula. Now I have to say, this mirror is, or I should say the packaging in general, like it's lovely. It is so substantial, but holding it to do my makeup, my hand gets a little tired because it's pretty heavy. It's much heavier than I had suspected it would be. And then I'm going back in with a little bit more of that Soothe, that brown, just to kind of deepen it up. Now with a bigger, fluffier brush, this is the Morphe M441. I'm gonna go into the matte Story, and I'm just going to like really warm up that brown shade that we just did. Very quickly, it doesn't take a lot. Ugh, I need a tweeze. Let's not pay attention to that, please. Now I'm gonna switch to my Luxie Mini Angled brush. It is number 131. We're gonna go back into that Soothe shade and just really press it like up in the crease here. Just darken it up a little bit. Same thing on the other side. Kind of like stamping it in. Now let's go ahead and deepen things up, and we're gonna dip into Ritual in the matte formula as well. We're gonna really be living in those mattes. This brush has a really nice angle to it, and I'm just gonna kind of stamp out the outer corner in like a V, if you can see that, and just kind of drag it a little bit inwards, about a quarter of the way in. And then once the majority of the product has been laid down and it's off my brush and on my skin, I'm going to just blend back and forth and back and forth. And I'm just repeating that on this side now. I am just gonna go back into Soothe again, that light brown with the mid-size blending brush, the M433 by Morphe. And I'm just gonna go over everything that I've done. And this just gives a really flawless airbrushed effect by doing it this way. I'm gonna move into the metallics right here, this row, and I'm gonna start with the Ritual color story. And I'm gonna just, I don't think I've actually tried using a dry synthetic brush yet to apply it. Let's see how well it performs. I'm just going from, oh yeah, that's great. The center of my eye and over. Grab a little bit more product. I always start out with less on my brush because it's easier to go back and add than it is to like try to take away. Even her out. Now I'm going to use this more orangey shade in the Story, the Story color story. And I'm gonna pop that kind of a little bit more in the inner corner here. When you put this shade on, it's really pretty. It's much more neutral almost than you would anticipate. It's not quite as orange as it looks in the pan. And then right over top, I'm going to use the metallic in the color story Aura. And when you layer your metallics like that, it kind of gives you a duochromatic finish, which those are my favorite. I love duochromes. We need more duochromes. If any brands are listening, I'm sure they're not watching my videos, but if you are, can we do like a palette of just duochromes? Like, I just think that would be so bomb. Is that what happened? You guys, I literally just stuck my finger in glitter. I'm like, why am I getting glitter all over myself? I'm seriously the worst YouTuber ever. Oh my God. I'll be back, I gotta go wash my hands. All right, I am back. I'm looking at myself and I'm like, do I wanna add a little bit more jazz to this? We can maybe deepen up the outer the outer corner with some, why don't we actually do sequin? And we'll just see if like you can actually see the little micro glitter that's in this formula. I don't know if you can see that, but we're gonna attempt to bring some of this onto my lid. So we're gonna just pop a little bit, dabbing it on the outer corner here. And then blending with a clean finger in. You can definitely in person see those little microflecks. I don't know if the camera's gonna pick it up. I did get a little bit of fallout. I'll clean that up as soon as I do the other eye. And then I'm gonna go in with my Luxie 121 mini tapered brush, and I'm going to smooth out the edges, but doing my best to leave it as is so we don't lose the micro glitter. Now I'm just going to get some powder on my brush. This is that Hydro Mist, and I'm going to just sweep away the fallout. All right, I'm trying really hard to not get sucked into the glitter because this glitter is so pretty, but I said I was gonna do an everyday look and it's already gotten a little more glam than expected. Let's move to the under eye. I'm going to use a flat definer brush. Let's go into the black shade Memory, and we're gonna just do the matte formula as opposed to the sequined under the eye. I'm taking it like a third of the way in. And by a third of the way in, I really meant 3/4 of the way in. And then let's go into, in the Soothe color story, let's do the sequin, and we're just going to start right where we ended, the black under the eye, and take it the rest of the way in. I'm gonna push it. I kinda wanna see how that blends out. You can see a little bit of the microflex in there. Now I'm grabbing back my Luxie mini tapered brush, the 121. I'm gonna pop my brush into Soothe and Story, just like 1, 2, tap off the excess, and I'm gonna go under my eye and just blend it out. Starting with the outer portion first, meeting up with what I did on the top lid, and then all the way over. Let's do the same thing on the other eye. Just make sure everything is blended. I think we look good. Now I'm going to dip into Aura in the metallics, and I'm gonna just pop that in the inner corner. And then the brow bone as well. Although right now I'm like literally highlighting brow hair. We need to tweeze that. All right, I think we're good. I mean, at this point, if you wanted to pop some glitter in the inner corners, you could totally jazz this up and make this a holiday, like a Thanksgiving look, and it would look gorgeous. I think I'm going to stop myself though, because I really wanted this to be like a more everyday look, and not all of us want to wear glitter on the regular, even though it's so pretty and shiny. It's hard not to, and I think that's why a lot of the tutorials I've seen using this palette use the glitter, because the glitter truly is stunning. I'll pop a couple tutorials down below. I'll link my girl KrystalKBeauty and Jaime French. They both did videos, they both used glitter, and their looks turned out stunning. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and pop on some eyeliner, put on some mascara, and I'll be back to give you some final thoughts on the palette. Here is the final look, close up. I actually brought the camera in closer. I hope when I look back at the footage, the tutorial, the application, you can see everything that I was doing. I'm getting over being sick as usual. I'm always sick, excuse me. But I think that it turned out really, really pretty. All right, let's back up because I'm feeling uncomfortably close. All right, so overall, I think the palette is really wearable. I think there's a lot that you can do with it. That being said, if you don't apply the sequin row correctly, like tapping it in, you're gonna lose what makes it special, that micro reflect, that micro glitter in there. So then you're basically just getting like repeats. If you just apply it with a brush, it really just looks similar to the matte. Also, I did not use the glitter, but the glitter in this palette is very different. It goes on very, very smooth. You can use it with a brush as well as your finger, which I think that's really nice. I just have to get used to it pressed in the palette. If I'm holding this, if you can see, I keep putting my fingers in this one on accident, but I think that's user error. And like I said earlier in the video, this is really like, it's much heavier than I would have anticipated. In my hand, just holding it and using it as a mirror, if that's what you're going to do when you apply it, my hand actually gets tired. But if those are the only negatives that I can find about this palette, I think it's a slam dunk. $48 for the 24 shades in here is a really good deal. That basically works out to $2 a shadow, and I do think it's worth that price. So that does it for this video. I do hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that you found it helpful. If you did, please be sure to give me a big thumbs up. You guys, the thumbs up, the subscribing, all of that, it really does help me. I'm getting close to reaching my 4,000 viewing hours over a 12-month period. I know that probably doesn't mean anything to you guys, but it's been a goal that I have had so that I can apply for partnership with YouTube, perhaps be able to monetize my channel so I can at least support all of my cosmetic purchases, because it gets expensive, you guys. Real quick, I do want to say before I forget, speaking of purchases, I picked up this Maybelline Colossal mascara. It's definitely not new. I heard Bretman talking about it. I used it for the first time off camera when I was doing my mascara, and I love it. And this is in the shade Glam Black. All right, so if you aren't subscribed, please be sure to click that subscribe button and also turn on the bell notification with all notifications on so you don't miss any of my videos. Thanks guys so much, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.